drawing and painting a little chickadee, and I'm doing it in tiny form. So this is 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So 2.5 inches wide, 3.5 inches high. So I've been doing this little collection for eBay, and yeah, I would love it if, you know, at the end of the stream, if anyone wants to buy this, it will be for sale after the stream. I will send it anywhere in the world. I've got the link in my YouTube bio above. So in the link section, in my details above, it'll be listed there. So I'm going to start by drawing this little bird. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've got to figure out, because it's such a small piece, I've got to take my time to get the proportions just right, which I will do. And I'm going to do it in gouache today. And I'm doing it on Archer's watercolour paper. Now these little birds have got quite thick little backs. His wings come down the back there like that. Just get the basic shapes in. Tail comes down here. Now the tail is the same length as the body, so I can just about do it. I might even lift him up a fraction, get my eraser. I'm just going to draw the bird up a little bit, lift him up to the top of the page a little, just so I've got a little bit more room to pop the tail in. Just do the outside shape. So the head of him and his chest sort of come pretty much straight down to begin with, and then curls back. Then his neck comes down back a bit there like that. Again, do his wing up a bit higher, and then his tail can be the same length as his body down there. Okay, so that gives him a little bit more room to have his little tail down. And he's facing away from us just a little bit. Now, he's got his little beak is up a little bit. He's looking up. They've only got tiny little beaks. They're just such tiny little birds. They're like our little wrens. We have little blue wrens. And they're just like them, just really cute. And I just love little tiny birds. I've always loved little tiny birds. I've got little birds like this. They're not these, but they're like this nesting in my garden. Drawing the pattern comes down the back of the nape of his neck, like that. I've adjusted my camera a little bit too, so I'm hoping the focus is a bit better this time, because I've been having trouble with my focus. So hopefully it stays okay. And they've got little grey backs. Drawing in the shapes. I'm just looking at shapes. I'm not thinking about anything else just yet. His wing comes down there a little bit, then down to the back and up, out over his tail, just a fraction like that. Now I've got his tummy coming down too hard, so I'll tailor that off a little bit, like that. Just soften it a fraction, like that. Have one little leg up. Little leg down, he's sort of counterbalancing himself like that. Is that zoomed in okay? Yeah, it looks all right. Then I'll just have the stick coming up. Then down the page like that. Okay, that is pretty much his little body shape done. Now he's got darker colour down here. I will draw in some of his feathers, just to give me a guide. So this is going to be gouache, but I am going to treat it a little bit more like watercolour, so it'll be thin washes. His wings meet at the back, going down from the other side. He's got quite stronger feathers down here, like that. Okay, having a quick look. Looking all right. Okay, I've already got paint on my hands, as you do. Oh no, I didn't grab my, I'll grab a white, that'll do. Just grab a white. And now I am going to get my spritzy doodah thingy. What's it? Where did I stick it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lost my things. Where's my thing? Where's my spritzer? Oh, goodness. Oh, there it is. Got it. It's all right. Nothing to see here, people. I found it. So, spritz me thing. Me paint. So I've got 2 little pallets of gouache over here. What I need is actually my hand towel. Hang on. Do I have another hand towel? Probably not. Okay, let's not do that. all the best laid plans. I'm going to get some more off to go to the supermarket. I'll just use this cloth for now. Just to clean that out a little bit. I could use toilet paper. Hang on a second. I'm just going to grab a roll of toilet paper. Because why not? Does the same job, eh? Here we go. Problem solved. Roll of toilet paper. That'll do the same job. Nice fresh roll. So I can clean my palette. There we go. Now I can give it a wipe out and clean. There we go. Look at that. Much better. Much better. Okay. Put my bin back over because I emptied my bin. All right, let's get going. So I'm going to start with the background. Grab a bit of my toilet paper in my hand so I can wipe me. Oh no, actually, I'll use a bit of cloth for that. Oh, don't you roll away paper. Okay. Start with my size 4 brush. And I've got to look for a colour that complements the greys. So I reckon a yellowy background. A yellowy, orangey sort of a background. Because on your colour wheel, if I can find, if I can reach my colour wheel, on your colour wheel, take this one out of its packet. Oh, I don't need to. So on my colour wheel, the opposite is a complementary. So if the bird is majority browns, so if I go to browns, the complementary will be a purple. So maybe I'll go a purple. Hello, how are you? Hello, Woodsy. Oh my God, how are you, doll? How have you been? So I'm going to grab, where's my things? I'm losing all my things, Woodsy. Predictable. Doesn't matter, it's okay. Nothing to see here. I'll just use a violet. Let's just use a violet. Okay, so I'm going to start with a violet background. Completely unnatural, but it'll complement the colours of the bird. Hopefully. Very well, thank you. What's new? Oh my God, what's new? I don't know. Oh God, nothing really. I'm blonde. I've owned my greys and I've gone blonde. And what else? That's it. That's my life. I'm old. Been doing lots of farming. Lots and lots of farming. Lots of growing farm veggies and fruits and chickens and all of the things. And hanging out with the family and the kids and the grandbaby. All the fun stuff. Not much. I haven't been well recently, so I'm fine now. But I just haven't done anything art-wise for ages. So, I mean, it's only been a week, but for me, a week is ages. So, and I haven't even played games. I've got Crimson Desert, which I'm itching to start. I cannot wait to start and play that. I was thinking that might be a this afternoon thing. But I'm undecided. I'll see how I go after this. I've done all my chores are done. So I don't have to do anything till I bring the chickens in later. Except washing, which I'm ignoring. We'll pretend that doesn't need doing. What about you, mate? What have you been up to? How's life? You've been keeping out of mischief. And how's Mum? Your awesome Mum. And how's the minis going? You been doing any? My son-in-law's into painting miniatures, little statues, and he plays, what's it called? My new lady friend says, hello, new lady friend, how are you? Mummy's good? Your mummy's a world of awesomeness, she is. What was I going to say? Oh, what was I talking about? Oh no, I've got my memory. Hang on. I got so excited. Your new lady friend, tell me more. What was I talking about? What was I saying? Oh, games. Yes. Oh, yeah. No, son-in-law playing, doing painting miniatures. That's what I was talking about. Oh my God. I've got the memory of a blade of grass. I used to say fish, but I have fish, and they're really smart. My goldfish are super smart little creatures, and they recognise different members of the family. Some of them they go up to, and some of them they don't. And they know when it's feed time because they all sit there with their little faces up against the glass yelling at me with their little mouths open. So fish are smart. So I have the memory of a blade of grass, not a fish. All right. Continue down. What's the game? It's not D&D. It's there's factions and monsters and like really awesome creatures. He's got like ant buggy looking creature things. Not done a lot, in all honesty, but getting Terry to the mini painting. Ooh, do it. Do it. There's nothing more relaxing and sometimes stressful than painting. This is another version of mini. This is an aceo, so I'm doing collectible little paintings that people can afford. Because people who can afford art, like in this day and age, who can afford art? So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to paint little miniatures because then I can sell them for like $10 and I can send them anywhere in the world in a letter, like in a card, so that they are safe. And people can frame them or not, or just stick them in a photo album and collect art that way. I thought that'd be a bit of fun. Warhammer! That's the one. Warhammer. Yeah, so my son-in-law is right into Warhammer with his mates. So he's been doing, the creatures are amazing. The creatures are properly amazing. Now I'm going to make a darker purple just for a round. Oh, do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? I'm already regretting the background choice. But oh well. I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to make a colour for his little head now. I'm not going to use black. I'm going to make a blue indigo and bit of violet. That's what I paint. Oh my God, this is so amazing. The creatures are just divine. I like the ant faction, whatever they are, the one my son-in-law, they're so amazing. They're sort of grotesque, but they're gorgeous all at once. But yeah, they're so intricate. My old eyeballs wouldn't cope with doing that tinier work. He's got those boogly glass things that what do you call magnifying glassy doodahs. Think you should send me one to hang in my living room? Well, maybe I will, Woodsy. Maybe you'll have to send me your address, your postal address, so I can send you one. What would you like a painting of, mate? I know you're joking, but I'm not. Except you send me your address and give me a request, and I will do it for you, Doug. We've been mates for ages. And I like the idea of my art hanging around the world. This might be a little bit little to hang up in the living room, but I could do a little series. They can hang them up and like, you know how they have all the multiple photographs and you can stick like 10 photographs in one frame? That could be fun. A little series of all the birds of a country. Oh, see? A tiger. Of course you would pick one of the most hard animals to do. You're funny. But okay, challenge accepted. I will paint you a tiger. I can hear my bread. I put on a loaf of bread in my bread machine. And I can hear it flip-flopping around everywhere. Challenge accepted, mate. Okay, having a quick look. So what are you guys up to tonight? What are you doing with your lovely partner? What are you both doing? Just chilling? Because what time is it there? Leave a little highlight. I don't have to with gouache. I don't have to leave a highlight because gouache is opaque. It's sort of like watercolour, but I can treat it like watercolour. But it's more acrylic-y in its sets. It's opaque and it is quite matte in its behaviour when it dries. Honestly, don't think you want to answer to that. It's 1 a.m. Terry's asking where in Australia I'm from. I'm from Melbourne. From Melbourne, or just out the outskirts of Melbourne, so rural Victoria, but just about an hour out of Melbourne. Oh no, don't think I want to answer that. Oh God, what question did I ask? I ask all the inappropriate questions. Because I have no filter. It's an accident usually, but anyway. And I'm going to go, do I want to go, hang on, where's me? Oh, I need my colour charts. I've got my colour charts here. I need to see what colours I've got on here. So I want a yellow ochre. No, actually don't. I want sienna. I want raw sienna. So we're going raw sienna. Because yeah, your raw sienna is not quite so yellowy. Oh, was that the what are you up to right now? Okay, fine, I'm shushing. I'm not going to say anything else. I've just got to shut up now. What we were up to, yes. Oh no! Too much information! La 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 la! Okay, fine. Hi. That's not awkward at all. You're so funny. Okay. There's some things an old person just should not know. Oh, you crack me up. Okay. Yeah, as my children say, la 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 la, I don't want to know, I don't want to know, I don't want to know. So cover their ears and scream. Yep. Okay. Oh, sorry, I've upset my dog now. Hello, Bear. We want to say hello to Bear. Okay. Terry needs to meet Bear. Hang on. Oh, this is Bear. Bear's sitting under my desk with Pippi. My puppies. They're both my puppies. Bear and Pippi. But Pippi is gone. Pippi, I think, is down sitting staring. Been told to apologise, so I'm sorry. That's all right. It's all right. It's really funny. I love a laugh. Laughing's good. Even if it is redonkulous. You always do make me laugh. Ah, drop me things. Hang on. And now, I've got to make a blue-grey. So I'm going to use my good old burnt umber and cobalt blue to make a grey. Except I've got way too much cobalt blue in there. We'll go more burnt umber to make a dark grey. And I can add a bit of white to it, actually, because why not? Because gouache, I can mix it. Okay, so now, this is a browny grey. So I'm just doing the base colours and then I will add more. You can see I've changed the shape of his wings a fraction. So, change the base of his wings just a little. But yeah, maybe I'll just do a series of birds, but do like 6 or 7 different species from different countries. And do like a little series because birds are fun. Why is my camera zooming okay, isn't it? It's the focus. I've been having trouble with focus and I thought I had it set and I think it's doing focus things again, but that's okay. I don't know. Might be because I'm working so small it's struggling because this is a tiny picture. Thank you for following. Thank you. And welcome to my channel. Because I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so I have not sure what platform you've just followed on, but thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Tiao. Pigeons, seagulls, yes. And I love seagulls. Actually, I was going to paint a seagull the other day. I got a gorgeous photo of a seagull when my husband and I went down the coast. And I got some gorgeous photos. So, but seagulls are just done all the time. And I'm like, you know what? I love my little tiny birds. I love finches and sparrows and wrens. All the teeny tiny birds are my fave. Just so delicate and dainty and gorgeous. That's Terry. Oh, cool. Cool. I always mess up the backs of the bottoms of their wings though. Got it make now, I'm going to make it a little bit lighter, and I always mess up my colours. I always mix my colours and make them muddy. Actually, I'm going to make a bit more white in there. I did clean my palette the other week, and then I've promptly messed it up again. I took it away with me and then dropped it because I take my paints wherever I go, even if I don't film it or whatever. I still do little drawings and little paintings wherever I go. And yeah, I took my palettes with me, and of course I dropped them because there's people in the park that were camped at, and they had pets, so I just did free pet portraits for people in the caravan park. It was so fun. Really enjoyed it because there were some really cute animals. So I just literally sat down and just painted their pets for them. I'm going to make his tail a little bit longer. Ooh. Well, I'm glad you're getting back into the minis. And that you're doing the paintings. And you're teaming up doing it, which is even more awesome. A bit of a competition between you both, huh? Okay, so continue down there. So I've just blocked that in, pretty much a solid colour. I can do darker under his little tail. Okay, having a quick look. Does that look focused to you guys? Honestly? Or am I having trouble with... Maybe my camera's cactus. Maybe it's my camera. Maybe I don't know, and I apologise for the light coming in the window. We've got cold change coming in, and we've got the strangest light outside. I think it's brewing up stormy, so the light's really unusual. It's a real orangey light coming in the window. Also getting in the living room renovations. Ooh, I love a renovation. We just did my oven because my oven died. And we just had to replace, because the oven's in the 80s when we got ours, because that's, yeah, our house is all original, so it was built in late 88, 89, and a little bit off, but not bad. Oh, okay, cool. I'm like one comment away from like my previous comment. How do I fix it? Hang on, I'll see if I can. Hang on. Where's my wordy doodah? I'll put my colour wheel back and see if it focuses on that. See, it focuses on the words better than it focuses on a picture. Maybe I'll just stick my finger there. That should hold the focus. Popping little feather details in. Ah, see, squirrel. What was that? I really am that dog off that movie, that Labrador, that he's like, squirrel, and then all thoughts just leave the head. That's me. Okay, having a quick look. Gonna go indigo, pure indigo. So I'm not using a black at all. I'm just going indigo into the darkest spots on this little bird's face. So yeah, gouache acts very like acrylic, but it doesn't dry. So it dries on the paper, but even 10 years from now, if I was to add water, it would re-wet and I'd smudge it. So you've got to be careful how you frame it as well. Like you wouldn't have it in a humid climate. But I love the opacity of it. Maybe I should do more acrylics. But I like that this doesn't drop. Like I can keep wetting it on the palette and it stays wet. So I'm just going to darken up these shadowy areas. See, that's better. Now it's zooming in a bit better. I think it might be the camera, because the camera's old. I've had the camera for like 10 years. And it's not designed to be, it's a video camera, but I don't think it's designed to be static. I'll maybe laminate it when it gets to Scotland then. Well, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. As long as it's in a room, you treat it like a watercolour, really. You don't have it in direct sunlight, or unless you've got UV protected glass. But you put it in an album. You put it, focus you thing. Focus you good thing. Oh no, it's doing it again. Because I need to set up, I need to get another. Focus. Thank you. Can we see the words? Yes, we can see the words. Okay. Focus. There we go. I don't know why it's doing it. Yeah, I put it in like a little hard case, a little, hello, Game Playboy, how are you, mate? I put it in a little, you know, for anyone who collects Pokemon cards, you can get the little cases for them. I put them in those. So I put them in a little, I'll show you. Got them up here. Oh. I'll show you a painting I've done. So they're in a little plastic case and a little pocket, little card sleeve, and then inside a plastic case. So that's how they'll come to you, but that shows you the size. But it's basically a Pokemon card holder that I put them in and send them. And they can stay in that forever. Like, you don't have to take them out of that if you don't want to. You can actually just, yeah, pop it in a little photo frame under glass in that, I suppose. Where there's a will, there's a way. So I'm using indigo, no black at all, even though technically this little bird looks like it's got black, but there's no real black in nature. Everything's browns and greys. Nature doesn't have black. It has dark. But that dark can be purples. And I can leave with gouache. Oops, come on, focus. Zoom, 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 zoomity, zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, 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 bloody zoom, bloody zoom, bloody zoom. There we go. I've got to stick a thing in there. Maybe if I stick this there, hang on, it might try and focus on that for me. No, that's not going to work either. What am I going to do? Keep going is what I'm going to do. I need a new camera. This camera's about driving me crazy. There we go. I'll just leave my hand there and stay zoomed on that. It doesn't want to zoom on the picture. It wants to zoom on my hand. Okay, so now for the stick that he's sitting on, I'm going to use yellow ochre and a bit of white. And a bit of white. Yellow ochre and a bit of white. Yeah, so I've got Crimson Desert, which I'm yet to start playing. So I'm thinking that might be a this afternoon thing. I might start playing Crimson Desert. It looks like an awesome game, and I've had it for a month. And I just haven't had the chance to sit down and focus on it. Because you know what I'm like when I start playing games. Oh no, it stopped focusing again. I'm not a fan of this camera. Camera, zoom on my finger. Camera, do something. Hang on, I'm going to try and zoom again. Hang on. Whoop, not that much. I'm going to press the autofocus. Where's my focus gone? I've lost focus. I'm going to go. Oh, there we go. We'll try that. Is that going to work? Okay, that looks a bit better. I don't know what I did. I pressed a button. I've gone to manual focus. There we go. Have you played Arc Raiders? Oh my God. Have I played Arc Raiders? Uh-huh. Yeah. I died a lot. And I got really frustrated. It was good fun. But I died a lot. Yeah. It was good though. It was a laugh. But I just panicked. I'm so bad. Yeah, it was like, you remember when I used to play the horror games? Yeah, it was like that. There was a lot of screaming and swearing. Why are we not playing? Oh no. Why? Well, I haven't played it. I've literally played it for a few weeks, and I haven't played it since. Well, maybe we just need to. Maybe we need to play. That could be just a world of ugly because I'm bad. Like, it won't be the bad guys killing me in the game. It'll be you because you'll be like, oh God, she's so awful. I need to get rid of her. Mind you, I used to love Call of Duty. I haven't played Call of Duty, and I've got the new Call of Duty. When I say new, a year old. Year old, probably 2 years old now. When I'm new to me, new. Oh yeah. Anyway, hello, Bacon. How are you, mate? Oh. Pop the shadows in under here. little patterns in this wood. Darker at the bottom. So what's the weather like in Scotland at the moment? Because we're coming into winter now. It's starting to cool off here. We've got like 20 Celsius the last few days. It's been lovely and cool. Getting a bit of rain. Rain's predicted, which is nice. Very nice indeed. Oh, that worked. My focus is happy now. Yay. Okay. That makes me happy. Okay, grab some blue. Grab some white. I'm going to make a very pale blue for the facial shadows. That's gone grey because I mixed another colour in with it. But that's actually okay because it does have a little bit shadowy colour in there. So I'm going to just leave. Now it's getting better. We're starting to see the sun again finally. Ooh. Oh, yeah, because you're coming into summer. Yeah, because you're opposite to us. Yeah, so we're coming into winter. We've got another couple of weeks and then it's... No. Yes. Yeah, so we're coming into winter. I think then. I'm like, oh, no. And I've got to darken up under his butt. Because he's got very dark under his butt. Do his little leg. Down and around. Now, can I see his toe? Yes, I can see his toe. Comes around here. I'm not going to worry terribly. You can see his toe comes around. They've got little claws come around there and wrap around the pole. Bit windy and a bit wet. I love the wind and the rain. I love it. Absolutely love it. Nothing more relaxing than a rainstorm. Especially at night time. Still use Discord? Yes, but very badly and sporadically like always. I'm the same as I always was, really slack. I have Discord, I've kept it, and I try, but I'm very trying. So yes, I do have it, and it's in my links on Twitch. I don't think I've got it linked on YouTube. Hang on, if I go socials, it might pop up. Hang on. Socials. Have a look. Did that work? Nope, that didn't work. Hang on, I'll try again. Did it work? No, hang on. Oh, my Discord's, me Streamlabs is turned off. Isn't that great? Don't we love Streamlabs? Yay. Poop, hang on. Don't we love, you already have it? Cool. Yeah, my Streamlabs is turned off. My Streamlabs turns itself off. Does anyone else have that problem? It resets. Oh, I might have had an update. We don't like updates. Updates irritate me. Whenever I have an update, stuff changes. Okay, now I'm going to pop some greys in. In my description, did I put what species of bird I was drawing, or did I just say I'm just going to draw a bird? Because I'm thinking I might... I haven't got a whole lot more to do with this little guy, so I could do another one. I've already got my colours, my papers pre-cut out. I cut out 100 because I was going to do 100 tiny paintings, and it's turned into. I just love doing it, so I'm just going to keep doing it. I can do some more detail on his little feathery bits. Chickadee. Oh, I did have chickadee written down. Okay. I wasn't sure if let's paint birds or let's paint chickadees, but that's okay. There's a few different species of chickadee. Or slightly different variants. But we'll see. I'll just add more detail. Because why not? When in doubt, add more detail. Why keep it simple? And aceo. Oh, cool. Yes. Awesome. Oh no, I pressed a thing on my thing. Hang on. There we go. Made it go away. I had something else on my screen that I don't recognise. So... Yeah, because I actually made a point of checking my Streamlabs the other day, and of course, it's gone up again. Technology and I, not friends. Hang on, what day is it there? Have you got to work tomorrow, mate? Or have you got the day off? Because everyone's night owls. I can't stay up late. I turn into a pumpkin at like 10 o'clock at night. How you can hold a conversation at 1 a.m. is beyond me, because I can't. Continue around. But I love to paint and chat, so this is good fun. I do love to paint and chat. And it's got a little touch of white. And a little feathery details around his back. I can add a bit more of that grey onto his tum-tum, leaving the white of the paper as the brightest white. So it's very subtle. Now I started my days off now, back to work Monday morning. Oh, nice. Very good. Very good indeedly. Very good indeedly doodly. Well, today's Friday here, so we're heading into our weekend. I think I've got a weekend of farm work pretty much. Got to start preparing down branches and things like that and tidying up for the winter. Just got to get his little feathery fluffy woofy bits coming up around it. Oh, that was a bit much, but anyway. Okay, quick look. Okay, I'm happy with that. I want to shadow up under the bottom of this branch a little bit, so I'm going to add a bit of purple into my white to make a grey. Just to get a bit more of a mixture of greys on his little perchy bit. Like that. Zoom camera. Okay. So I'm going to do something about this camera before the next stream. I'm getting irritated by it because I've got it on auto. I've got it on manual focus now, so it should stay on what it was on, but it's not. All right. Now I'm going to go a little bit more indigo, touch more indigo, just up in and around using the very tip of my brush. And I've got to save up and get some more of these black velvet brushes. I love them. But I need some finer ones because now I'm doing tiny work. I don't have any miniature sort of brushes. This is about the smallest I've got, which is a 4, which in the scheme of, like, if I want to do tiny, itty bitty stuff, I'll need smaller, more minute. Well, I'm going to go to sleep, mate. It was great to see you again. It was great to see you too, Dale. Awesome to meet you, Terry. Welcome to the fam. Have a good night's sleep. And, yes, I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Thank you for hanging out. It was lovely. Lovely to catch up with you, Gut Doll. I love catching up with my mates. It's been too long. Too long. Keep out of mischief, or actually don't, because that's no fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and if you do, do it well. All right, I'm just going to darken up these shadows around his claw on his toey bit. The same on this leg, darken behind. Little leg, you can see his little leg comes up into there a little bit. Give me his little claws. All right. Now we're going to put just one dark line. Okay, I'm going to use brown for that. I'm going to go into my burnt umber. Because this has taken 40 minutes start to finish so far, like for this little one. So they average, these little tiny paintings, 2.5 inches by 3 inches, or 3.5 inches, take about 40 minutes. So they're not too time consuming, which is nice. If you haven't got a lot of time in the day, you can, like, I've put a bit more detail into this one. So it's, I've actually got a little bit more detail, so it's taken a little bit longer, but if I was to simplify it, I probably could have done it a little bit quicker. So like a very simple drawing would take about 20 minutes max. But I'm happy with that. That's actually turned out really well. I'm going to sign that. I'm going to sign that down here, bottom left. Just get the tip of my brush. Luckily, these brushes, these silver black velvet brushes, you can get them into a fine, fine point. Just put my initials and then the year, 26. And once that's dry, I will put that up for sale on my eBay page, which I have linked in my YouTube bio. I think I've got it on my Twitch as well, but I'm not 100% sure. If not, I can pop it on after the stream. But this will be for sale on my eBay page. I've stopped Etsy. I've just got eBay now. Oops, a daisy. So there we have my little 2.5 by 3.5 inch bitty bitty bird. But I might do another one. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to have a quick look and see what I've got drawing wise. I might do another one. I could do a little, what are you called? There's a little Eurasian tit. They're like one little one of these, but they're greens and blues. So I'll grab another bit of paper. Whoops, a daisy. That's how one falls down. You sit there. Sit, burb. Sit, little burb. Sit, little burb. I'm just going to stick that there so he stays right there. Oh, well, that didn't work, did it? I stuck him up too high. There we go. Stick him there. There we go. While I get my other bit of paper out. And so I've already prepared these little bits of paper. And so I'm going to pop that aside to dry. And be careful where I put him so I don't damage him. Put him over here. And then I'll grab my next bit of paper and let's draw a little Eurasian tit, which is a little green, blue, very similar kind of bird. Not sure. I think, yeah, he's European. So, whoops a days. So we'll do him as well. We might as well. Why not? Whoops. I've got to lift him up a bit. Get him back into the centre of the page. There we go. A bit of tape, and I'm just using painter's tape. Oh, he's a bit wonky. I've got him a bit wonky. Got to stick you a bit more straight than that, buddy. There we go. Come down the outside edge. Like that. So we're getting started on the series already, peeps. Accidentally. I wasn't going to do this today, but you know what? Why not? We're off like a frog in a sock. And it's got similar colours. I can use some of the same colours on my palette. Oops. Okay. So let's get into it. Where's my pencil? There's my pencil. Right, so this one's same direction, slightly different angle, is more facing me. I've moved my camera. Of course I have. Hang on. Might have to be a little bit wonky, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to start with his little head. Pop him up on the page a bit more. Don't make the same mistake I did last time. This one's a little chubby wubby. So his little body, now his head and his body's 2 times the size of his head. And his tail comes down the back like that. So he's very similar in his positioning. He's just a little bit chubby wubby. He fills the page a bit more. He's more front on, I suppose, I could say. Just draw his little claws. Oops. And I suppose these are a type of chickadee. They're a type of. I'm going to pop his tail down here. Today's. That. No, I need to lift him up. I've got to erase him and make him a little fraction smaller and lift him up a little. Make him a fraction smaller. Like that. There we go. Now he'll fit on the page. I'll do his tail down here. And now his body and his tail are the same length. So that's right. Now I've got him right proportionally. Lift the stick up, where his branch is sitting on. Pop that about there, like that. Down here. All right. Now his little foot, he's got one foot comes down here like that. The other one comes down, I can see 3 of his little toes there. So I'll do those 3 little toes in. Okay, having a look at the pattern on his head, he's got gorgeous little patterns on his head. I love the patterns in these little birds. They're so colourful. They really are just adorable. Okay. It's going to take a little bit of finessing to get everything where I want it. He's got pattern comes down here. He's got a big white cheek. Like that. And he's got a little white nape on his neck. See, I'm adjusting the shape of him just a fraction as I go. Alright, just checking my other camera. I've got my phone on up the top as well because I do YouTube shorts as well. There we go. And I do my editing for my YouTube shorts on my phone, which is nice. Just going to move my palette fraction. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now I'm just going to get some of the detail in. I could even just do this in ink at some stage. But I like the idea now of having a little series. Can't see his other wing at all. Bring that more around the front. It's more facing away from us. Okay, so that's all right. I'm happy with that. And I might even, these blues, look at my colour wheel. I might do an orangey background for this one. Grab me a bit of cloth. Might give him a stronger orangey sort of a background. Because why not? Let's be bold. It's a brownie orange, an earthy orange. We'll go around the back, cut around him. Going bold colours for the backgrounds, just for a bit of fun. Holding my brush rather awkwardly. There we go, that's a bit better. A bit more ergonomic. You've got to be ergonomic with the way you hold your brushes, otherwise you can give yourself aches, and because if you draw as much as I do, you can get sore hands, carpal tunnel and all that sort of stuff going on. I've been lucky, touch wood, that I haven't developed any problems from drawing so much. But some people definitely do end up with issues because of the posture and the way they, and I have good seat to sit in, good posture, try not to slouch, try not to grip the pen or the pen or paintbrush too hard, hold it about the centre of the brush, and I sort of balance the brush in my hand. I'm not really holding it, I balance it like chopsticks almost. So I can hold my pencil quite hard, but when I'm drawing, but even when I'm doing ink, I tend to relax my grip and be more like I'm holding a chopstick. Balance it between my fingers and run it along. And I never really thought about that until right now, putting it into words, how I hold my brush, so I don't hurt myself, because you can, cause muscular issues and tendon issues if you don't hold things correctly. And I've drawn pretty much my whole life, which is nearly 60 years now. 56 years anyway. And holding the brush the right way and pencils the right way has given me longevity in creating my artwork. All right. I'm happy with that for the background. Now I've got to let that dry a little. So while I'm letting that dry, I'm going to go into his eye, and I'm going to use my indigo that I had before from my other painting while I'm letting that dry. And I'm just going to work to the inside of the little bird on his darker areas. Go around his little eye. Anyway, he's got his little mask. Got to be a bit careful here because it's easy to reverse the patches. And I don't want to do that. And that will dry back a fraction darker or more, I don't know, it looks more, it goes to a matte finish. Quite a matte. You can see that in the orange. The orange is quite matte. Okay, draw his little headpiece, his little top of his heady bit. A bit more moisture on my brush. Come down here. Do his little darker bit coming down the back. Why are you not focusing, camera? Not a fan. Okay. I've even got on manual focus, so it shouldn't be doing anything. Okay. Down and around. And then it comes down to his chest here. And then around and back up. It doesn't matter if I don't do it exactly to my drawing because it's opaque, it'll cover the drawing. Where watercolour, you can still see the pencil marks. Focus camera, hang on. Got to get my thing back to zoom. There we go. Okay. There we go. Oops. Dropped my brush and caught it. Good shot. Had to put my finger there to get the focus in. All right. Now he's sort of facing his back away from us, so I can't see all of his back. But I can see this trim on his feathers coming down onto his wing. Unlike the other bird was more true side on. And directions, the proportions slightly change. And perspective changes a little bit. Just looking to see if I can see any feather details, but I can't really, so I'm just going to block this feather. You can see I've got quite a bit of moisture on my little brush. These brushes, the silver black velvet brushes, hold quite a lot. Why aren't you focusing? Hang on. Back to auto. Oops. Just let it settle again. All right. Come down here. You can see I've left little gaps of light as well. Because I don't want it completely solid dark. Even though I don't need to, I can use the white of the, I can use white paint for this because it's gouache. I've said that a couple of times now because any bit I missed I can go over. All right, not happy with that. Fix up auto. Doesn't want to focus. Trying that again. I can't see anywhere else I can adjust the focus, but anyway. All right, so now I'm going to go a bit more blue, a bit stronger dark, just into his pupil. Leave the little highlight of the paper. Is the light. He's super dark under his little chin. So it's an indigo. Very deep indigo. And I'm using Shinhan gouache. It's quite affordable. And really quite lovely to use. I'm really impressed. I've used Sennelier, Schminker, all kinds of brands of gouache, but I find this Jinhan is amazing. I love it. And I've also invested in their watercolours, which I'm yet to try. So I'll have to do another stream another day using the Jinhan watercolour. Okay, now coming around and around here. Darken up. I'll do the shadows at the very end. I'm just going to go onto his chest now with a little bit of a yellow. So what am I going to use? I'm going to use a cadmium yellow, I think. I'm going to go in cadmium yellow. Got a little touch of orange in it. I'll go a bit more yellow. Add a bit of white to it just to lighten it up a fraction. And pop that onto his little chest. And I'm going to take that right down. Pretty much goes all the way down his little chest. He's got it onto his, it's almost a greeny yellow actually. I'll take it down his back as well though. I can go over the top of that with a bit more dark detail. Just leave the light colour underneath. That. Keep my finger there and hope it stays focused. Come down onto his chest. Working my way down. And again, this will be for sale on my eBay page, which I've got linked in my YouTube bio, in my links in my YouTube. I've got to connect it here on Twitch though. Okay, having a quick look. I've got to add some more of this grey, this darker colour. It's got flecks of it coming down on his tummy, down on the underside there. Just working through and picking out anywhere I see little dark bits. The shadow in down here. He's quite dark under there. Now I'm going to go in with a bit of a stronger dark. So a bit more indigo under here, under his tail. Get my brush a bit more moisture on my brush. That way the gouache will travel a bit better. Whoops, doesn't want to. Come down onto his tail feathers. I'm just going to draw the texture, it's that of his feathers, a little bit stronger. Like that. Doesn't have to be exact because it's a painting. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with my white. I just want to take back. Oh, got a bit too much yellow on my brush. Hang on, hold that thought. I've got to get me white, get a bit more pure white. Got to take back the teeniest little bit. These feathers down his back, his wings. A bit of a highlight on the top as well. You can adjust. That's the beauty of gouaches. You can adjust, readjust, put things, add things in, take things away. I'm going to make this a bit of a green. I'm going to go in with a bit of a green on his back. I'm going to add that into my yellow. Bit of sap green into my yellow. Because he does have a bit of green in his feathers on his back, which is really quite cute. And a little bit of green. Oh, focus camera. Goodness gracious. Hang on. Try again. Okay, there we go. That's a bit better. Now a bit of this darker greeny colour around into the shadow parts on that other side as well. Having a quick look. Right. I've got to add some, I'm going to add some blue. I'll use a bit of this bluey grey that I've got just on my palette, just for the shadows under here, quite diluted. So it's very watery even. So it's, I'm treating it like watercolour down here in the shadow area. And I'm going to add a bit of a lighter blue. I might even go a tealy blue, just up the top on the front of his little head, because he does have a little bit of blue-green there, and he's got a little bit of blue-green here. This is where I start to get into the detail a little bit. Just looking for any little plops of colour, a little bit on his tail. Tiny touch on his wings. All right, now I'll go back into my blues, my indigos. I've got to darken up. Get a bit more moisture on my brush, because gouache doesn't want to travel when it's dry. You've got to get it quite moist on your brush. And I have my palette as pre-dried, like I pour all my gouache out into a dry palette that's airtight, so that when I finished I just spray it a little bit, mist it, and then shut it, and it's right for the next painting. So it'll last me a year or so in a dry palette, which is these little palettes here I've got. They're little airtight palettes. Super handy if you travel around like I do and I don't want to be pouring tubes out all the time. I just fill my palettes up and I take them wherever I go. Oops, focus camera. Hang on just a sec, just going to let it zoom in again. There we go. It's got to pop a bit more detail back here. I've got to get a bit more of a light. Fuzz up these feathers at the back here a little bit. Give him a little bit of fuzzy feathers at the front. And predominantly, the whiter the paper is, the whiter the little bird. Pop some little white bits, little light flecks. His eye there. I can use this slightly tinted light on his white areas just to give them a bit of texture. All right, having a quick look. Okay, clean my brush. And this branch is quite a reddy brown branch, so I'm going to use a bit, that's a bit of an oxidey colour. Hang on, I'm just going to go, I'll go a bit of sienna. It's quite a strong coloured branch. Maybe not that strong. I might add a bit of white to it. There we go. Earth it down a bit. I can paint over his little feet. I'll just draw them back in at the end. Continue on to the other side. Now going with a dark brown with my burnt umber. Re-wet it on the palette. Darken up the underneath. Like that. Not the same all the way along, just add little flecks of line texture. Give the illusion of line, of texture. Hello, Christabel. Turning out so good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Takes a bit of time and a bit of perseverance, but we get there. So how's your day been, Dale? What have you been up to? Yeah, I've decided I'm going to do a series, a little aceo series of birds. I was going to start off with species from countries, but I'm just doing birds I like at the second. I've gone a bit off piste. All right. Just got to get the textures going on the wood. I'm going to go even darker. I'm going to go a bit of burnt umber, add a bit of indigo to my burnt umber, try and make a super dark, almost black. And just not have it the whole length of the bottom, but just patches of it. And then I can draw his little claws in. And his claws, I can actually use that same colour, but just use the very, very tip of my brush. And I can draw the underside of his little foots. I can see 2 toes on this one. Wrap around and I can see 3 toes on this one. Why is, oh no, I can see the other toe on there. It's just off to a little bit of an angle like that. Then I'll draw the top side of his little toes. And I can even use this super dark in the super dark areas, like under here would be in shadow. Right there would be super dark. And up under here, he's got a shadow. So yes, anyone who's interested, these pieces will be for sale on my eBay page, which is linked in my YouTube links, just under my name and my details and about. I think it is, it's just under the about section. They're going to be about $15, I reckon, and I'll send them anywhere in the world. $15 plus postage. All right. They come in like, I'll put them in like a postcard kind of a thing. Got to end at these darker bits coming down here. Just having a look anywhere I can see darker. This little leg goes to the back there, a fraction. Having a quick look. Oh, focus camera. My goodness, it really doesn't want to stay zoomed. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. I've got to do the top side of his feet. I'm going to make a grey, a lighter grey. Come down the tops of his feet. Just using the very, very tip of my brush. And then I'll add a little highlight again. That on the very top, just gives him a little bit of thickness, a bit of depth. All right, having a quick look. Clean my brush. He's looking all right. Just going to try and get the focus back. There we go. Got to get a bit of a shadow under here, a bit more of. I'm going to pop a bit of blue, I reckon. I'm going to go a bit of ultramarine, just here. So the shadow on the top of that branch, just where he's sitting, it's a bit darker just underneath. Blues I find are always good for a shadow colour. I use a lot of blue in my paintings. Actually, I do have to say I do use an awful lot of blue in my work. Okay, having a quick look. I'm going to go in with a touch more indigo, just a touch. And he's pretty cool. I'm not going to do a whole lot more, I don't think. I reckon I'm going to sign that and I'm going to call it done. Forgot what year it was then. I was just having a moment of, was it 26? Are we in 2026? Because I always sign it with my initials and then 26 or whatever year it is. So I'm going to call that done. There we go. Might leave, whoops a daisy, as I throw it across the table. Yeah, I'm going to call that done. So thank so much, everyone, for hanging out and watching. So it's been a good hour, bit of an hour, near just over an hour. So thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Loved catching up with you, Woodsy and Terry. Thank you so much for hanging out, everyone. You guys and gals are a world of awesomeness. Yeah, I hope you have an awesome day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I will try and get back and do another one at some stage over this weekend. We shall see how we go. But yes, thank you for hanging out. Have an awesome day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I will see you all for the next one, hopefully in the next day or so. Okay, catch you later, guys and gals.